Welcome back, members of the KWC. It's me, Frank, here to give you another dose of history straight into your fleshy veins. Today's topic won't be fun, not for me to talk about or for you to listen to. Just as a possible trigger warning, we will be talking about the mass genocide of a planet. So, if you or anyone you know is eradicated in a cataclysm level event, you may want to turn away now, as this video may be diving into topics that hit a bit close to home for some. Now that I see you all are still listening, either through bravery or sheer stupidity, let's talk about the Massacre of Planet Clean. Where we had last left off our story, the KUC had just begun its first year of competition, and competitors from all over the galaxy were sporting either KUC-grown or personally owned Kaiju with the hopes of becoming the first KUC League champion. Nowadays, becoming League champion isn't a big deal for you all in the KWC. You get a new Kaiju slot and some new items. However, back in the KUC days, becoming League champion was a major deal. League champions of the KUC got fame, power, and glory for their home planets. This season had many top-form gladiators with species and variants from all over the cosmos. But the one who became the greatest gladiator in the KUC history was an alien clean by the name of Mitt Oral. Little is known about Mitt's past. He grew up on Planet Clean but had no personal record and no family ties that could be tracked down. What we do know about Mitt is that he could fight like no other. He had a one-of-a-kind albino Satan beetle that he would constantly wipe out his competition with. Players learned to fear his crimson energy barrage, and soon this man became the first league champion of the KUC. Things were looking up for all our characters at this point. Tom was going to throw an investor's banquet from the orbit of Planet Clean to celebrate a lucrative first season. Mitt was in his first private suite in the orbiting diner, readying himself to appear as a guest of honor during the event. Mansari and Max were on the planet, attending to various tasks on the planet's surface. They had no need for this dinner party as they knew it was all for show. After all, they could focus on more important work matters while the face of their trio schmoozed with the investors. For a moment, everything seemed like it was going perfectly. And then suddenly, it wasn't. The actual event happened in an instant. No one was prepared and even fewer were spared. From a population of 4.5 billion people, Planet Clean was left with a paltry 600 survivors. One of which was off-planet at the time, looking out his window as he saw a mass of flesh pouring through the mountains and valleys of his home planet. And as suddenly as the monstrosity had appeared, it vanished with the planet several billion pounds lighter. From that day, Mitt vowed to discover, uncover, and get to the bottom of the events that had caused the tragedy that he had witnessed that day. I hate to end things off this week on such a somber note, but unfortunately there was no silver lining at the time. I do have one last thing that I would like to share with you before I disappear back into my accountant's office. Several days after this tragedy occurred, Tom released an official statement. I will now play back his words for you all.
I would like to make a public apology to the former residents of Planet Clean, to the greater Andromeda system, and to all the people whose lives were affected and hurt due to the actions and choices of myself. I would like to say we do not know the true cause as to what happened on Planet Clean, but I would like to say all of my hard-working staff are not responsible. This disaster was on the corporate level, and as such, I am dissolving the company. When we started this company, we wanted it to be something good, something to bring hope and joy to this dark universe. though it seems that I lost sight of that vision somewhere along the way. Again, I offer my condolences to the few remaining families. I shall be donating the remaining corporate funds to them in their time of need. Thank you all for listening. This marks the end of the KUC.